All right, here with Gilbert Burns, who of course fights Khamzat Chimaev. And describe this scene for me. I've heard you say that, so it's October, and you're watching Khamzat's fight, and he yells like, "I'm the champ, I kill everybody," all this, and then you immediately text your manager to say you want that fight?
Yeah, I have that. I can show you later here. He's on my phone, but I just got a feeling no one gonna fight this guy. And then I'm looking for a fight, and no one wants to fight me. And I text Ali right away, and I say, "Hey, I fight this guy. I don't." And then he's like, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm confident I can beat this guy, you know." And to be honest, I think it would be easier to beat this guy right now than in like 2 years from now. And I'm 35, brother. I'm not getting any younger. It's very hard to get me a good fight right now, so why not? So if the guy is all these more, that's the guy that I want to fight. And you know, I think my window is closing on the sports. Not right now, but I'm 35. I do believe it got maybe 3, maybe 4 good years on me. And I made it go, you know, with these 3-4 years. I want to fight the best guys. I still want to become a champion. That's my priority. That's my goal. But secondly, I want to go out like with respect, you know. Whenever I'm done, I want to look at my resume and say, "Oh, I fought the best guys in my era." So, and if he's one of these guys, if he's like the real murderer, everyone's talking, the guy that no one wants to fight, I want to fight this guy.
Do you think he probably is that guy?
I think so. The way I train for this guy, we'll see Saturday. I cannot answer that right now, but I do think he's a very, very tough opponent.
Yeah. One thing I heard you say in another interview is that he has that air of invincibility. You know, he doesn't believe he can lose.
Yeah.
And you said something super interesting, that you had that.
Yes.
And then you were in Brazil and you fought Rashid Magomedov. And
Yes.
what can you just go into that a little bit more? Like, was there a sense of like, is that hard to deal with in the middle of a fight when you're all of a sudden losing that invincibility?
Yes, and my ego and my thoughts was the same, just same as this guy, because back then Rashid, if I'm not wrong, he was top 14, 15, and I remember Joy Silva back then saying, "If you beat this guy, you're gonna be ranked." And then like, okay, I'm gonna beat this guy, and then I was already counting like he's counting. Oh, I'm gonna beat this guy, then I'm gonna beat that guy, then I'm gonna fight. I think it was Ben Henderson, Anthony Pettis, I don't remember who was the champion. Then I'm gonna fight for. I already planned all that, beating this guy, and the guy was very tough. And I remember starting the fight very aggressive. But that was my thought, like same thing that he's saying. Oh, it's gonna be an easy fight. I'm gonna take this guy head and this and that. But the guy on the other side is a killer too. He's not a guy just like you. So sometimes you gotta be aware of that, not just, "Oh, I'm just gonna be a walk in the park." No, brother, sorry to say that, but Merry Christmas, that's the top of the division right here.
Do you feel like we're going to see that on Saturday? Like there's going to be a moment where it's almost like Khamzat realizes like, this isn't going how I thought it would.
I do believe he's gonna get to a time that like, that guy is tougher than I thought. I thought it would be super easy. And then whenever I saw that on his face, I'm gonna try to take his soul and everything away from him, because I do believe, like, once again, he's very, very tough, but he never saw nothing like me.
Yeah. This might sound like a funny question, but you guys both start so fast. I mean, I think of both of you as very fast starters. Is there almost like something that you need to do to like prepare mentally or physically or something to like, hey, when the ref gets out of the way, like this is not going to be like feeling each other out, right? Like how do you approach a fight where you know it's going to be on like immediately?
I got to prepare mentally for that. I'm already seeing the chaos in the first freaking 10 seconds. And yeah, been training for that. You know, first rounds are freaking a Shark Tank on me. Like, I got one guy in the first minute, another guy in the second minute, all tough guys. Like, Jason Jackson, Logan Storley, and I can't remember, a bunch of guys helped me out. And I just got to see that many times on my training camp and get used to that. To heavy guy, bigger guy on the beginning, very strong. So, yeah, I'm being prepared for that. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I'm talking about your preparations. Kamaru Usman was part of it.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Whose idea was that?
That he kind of called me and Harry, and he said he's gonna be in town if it was okay for him to train. I said, for sure it's okay for you to train. Your hands are getting better. You're gonna fight Leon Edwards, so why not? And then he showed up and he's training there. I think he's there today. He was there yesterday. He's training, And he did a little pad session, still recovering from the right-handed. So he was with one glove working, doing pads, kicking, wrestling a little bit. And whenever he was done, I start my sparring, and then he was kind of helping out on my sparring. So he was kind of coaching, giving me little things. Hey, that guy just like this. He don't like it that. Try this a little bit. And then was working out. The guy's freaking smart. I gave him he has the IQ, and he was helping out a lot. So he show up at that sparring, then he show up the next day, and then he show up next sparring, and he's been there every single day. And he's another help, another veteran. We got Kamaru helping, Robbie Lawler helping, a lot of I can name bunch of great guys helping me for this camp.
You guys, and you specifically, of course, you expecting Khamzat to wrestle? You think that's going to be his game plan?
I hope so. I want to test that wrestling too. I think he's a very, very tough. I just think whenever he fights grappler, he's a little bit more striker. I think he's going to be a little bit more striking, but we're going to grapple, brother. Like, we're going to.
Do you feel like you have a good kind of sense of what kind of striker he is? Have you seen enough of it?
I saw a lot of it, but for sure he's improving his training, But, yeah, he throw bombs, he come forward. He use the kicks, not as much. He use kick more when he shoots, but for sure he got a couple good hands, heavy. The guy got 2 knockouts with one hand. He got power, So you gotta respect that, and I do. So, but I know if I connect a good 1-2, he's gonna be a good night.
Yeah. Last thing I'll ask you about is that so you competed in BJJ at 76 kilograms.
Yes.
He competed in wrestling at 86 kilograms and 92 kilograms. Wow. That's a difference of 35 pounds. Is this a fight between 2 welterweights, or are you guys not even in the same weight class?
Brother, if you're that big, Merry Christmas, you got to cut a lot of weight. And I've been there cutting weight, and cutting weight is not easy. If you don't know, I remember when I was 10-0, I thought I knew how to cut weight, but I didn't know nothing about it. And again, Merry Christmas. If you're that big, you still got to step on the scale. Please don't hold the towel. Make sure your hands are up, not touching anything. I'm not in Brazil, but I'm in Florida, so that's my second house. So I know all the commission. I know everybody. Don't try to put your hands on the towel. Just make the weight, brother. And then we'll see who's the best man on Saturday. I think he's big. I don't know how much. He looks tall. But if you're big, brother, just go in that sauna. Enjoy the sauna.
Yeah, I got to ask, when you know someone has hard time cutting weight, and he did kind of touch the towel last time he weighed in.
Kind of.
Is that something that you, as a competitor or someone from your team, like that you monitor on weigh-in day? Or?
For sure, we have eyes everywhere. We're in Florida, brother. We're not like I said, we're not in Brazil, but we're in Florida. I live here, so yeah, we're gonna have a lot of eyes on these guys. So you got to make sure he makes the weight. But I'm gonna fight anyways. If that guy, even if something crazy happens, the guy comes to have, I'm gonna fight. He know already, but. Be a professional, but like I don't see a lot of advantage on cutting a lot of weight. I used to cut a lot of weight. Couple fights went good. Couple fights I couldn't perform what I trained. So, but he's still young. I think he's gonna make weight and he's gonna show up in a very good shape. But if it's 2 ways to cut weight, or you're dieting super perfect and you're gonna make weight easy and you're not gonna put a lot of weight back, or you're gonna be big and you're gonna freaking die and make a weight. You're going to be very big on the fight, and you're going to have an advantage the first 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. But after that, brother, pressure's going to come.
Well, it's a fascinating fight, man. Everybody's looking forward to it. And, yeah, enjoy the rest of the week, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.